Hi everyone, it's Kerchi. For this vintage Polly Pocket showcase, I'm going to be showcasing the Circle Compacts. You might recognize this from one of my very first videos where I show how to restore a Polly Pocket logo using my gold vinyl method. Here are the other two sets that I'm going to be showcasing, and these are all from 1989, which is the year I was born. Best year ever. And these are also one of the very first Polly Pockets to ever grace the earth. Here are all the round compacts, and they are from 1989. That is the greatest year ever because that's when I was born. I am officially an 80s kid, but I grew up in the 90s, so I refer to myself as a 90s kid. All of these have been cleaned and restored. You'll notice that they have a brand new shiny logo. This is my vinyl method that I've talked about in the past. You can also purchase this on my merch store, which I have linked in the description below. And it comes in silver as well, just like this one. Silver is so pretty and it's such a nice change. Now let's start with a pink one. This is called Buttons Animal Hospital. And it might look familiar because this is the Polly Pocket I used in that video where I restore the logo. So in that video, I go in depth as to how to make this gold Polly Pocket logo, how to apply it, and of course, if you don't have the materials, you can always purchase it on my merch store. So overall, nothing really going on with the compact. It is just a very classic round shape. I really love the classic shapes because they really paved way for the other Polly Pocket sets that we will see throughout the 90s. I also find it fascinating that I am holding something that is from the 80s. This is history right here. Very, very classic Polly Pocket. The older compacts didn't have a lot of detail compared to the new ones, but they're still so beautiful. And because this is really the first toy that has ever attempted a concept like this, and for that reason, it has its own charm. On the front here, we see an orange gate that says Vet right on it. This is Buttons Animal Hospital after all. She runs her own business helping animals. This gate opens up and we can enter the clinic. Down here, we see an indoor-outdoor combo. I think that's grass right on the ground there. This compact was also in pretty bad condition, so we can see the paper tearing a little bit. I'm not sure if I want to replace that because I don't think it's that bad, but if I do replace it, I'll have to copy this graphic, figure out how to fit it in there, and at that point I might as well replace the other ones so they all match. It's going to be quite a bit of effort, so I don't know if it bothers me enough that I would actually go and do it. I actually like the color scheme here, so we have an emerald green and we have soft pink all around, so it's me and my husband's favorite colors. Here we have a little kennel where the animals can relax, kind of get away from all the noise. My little Gizmo loves his crate so much. He can actually stay in there for hours. And we have some food here, a little ball to play with, a big couch so you can wait while your pet gets treated. And on this side is the reception area. Here it looks like we have some blankets, maybe some dog shampoo. And here is the receptionist desk. There's a typewriter because this is old school 80s. It's actually weird not seeing a computer. I just realized that. She has her pen and paper. I'm not sure what the rest of these details are, but they're office equipment. Then she has her stool back there, and up the green stairs we get to the second level. This looks like Buttons' actual house. This might be where Buttons actually lives. We can see her living room and her bedroom. This is an extension of the clinic where the animals get examined and treated. I believe that's a scale where your pet can get weighed. Just a few more details here. We have a clock. I don't know what that little button is. And we have a cute graphic of a window. Up here is the living room, so I guess her house is also a clinic. She has a nice sectional couch, very comfy. Some decoration, she has this beautiful expensive vase, and she has a TV, and it's one of those old school 80s TV with a really thick body and small screen and only 3 buttons. We really take technology for granted these days. And I believe those are VHS tapes. Whether they are or not, I'm gonna believe that they are. Then we get to her bedroom. She just has a bed and a drawer. There's also a little lamp here, and I don't know what this is. It's that same thing that I see here. Thermostat, maybe? Is that something that 80s households typically have? Overall, I love it. It looks super, super vintage, very classic. It actually looks and feels like an 80s home. And by the way, those of you who were born in the 80s, like I was, if you're in your 30s now and the new generation is making you feel really old, rest assured that 30 is not old. Think about it. That's only a third of your life. More and more people these days are living well past 100, and I think society has done a bad job of making people over 30 feel like their lives are over. What I can tell you is since I've turned 30, I have gained so much more knowledge, self-esteem, I have a lot more clarity in life, and there's a newfound confidence that comes with turning 30, so it's not over. It's just beginning. Here is Little Miss Buttons herself. All of these characters that I'm about to show have all been restored, repainted, revarnished, so they all look vibrant, brand new, and super shiny. Buttons here is wearing a beautiful pink and white dress. She also has short red hair. This is her cat Tiger, and he has the cutest look on his face. He actually looks kind of smug, just like a real cat. And he's orange, which actually makes him look like a fox. And according to onlypollypocket.com, which is the site I reference for my collection, this dog is just named Dog, just like Daryl's dog in The Walking Dead. He could be a wiener dog, maybe a chihuahua. He looks kind of like my glitter. Up next, we have Pollys Flat. Flat is what they call apartment in the UK. The UK is where Polly Pockets originated. It's also where Hello Kitty originated, so I guess all my favorite things came from the UK. This one is a beautiful lavender color. I really love the shade of lavender. It's one of my favorite colors. And this one is in pretty good condition. I didn't have to do too much restoration here, but I wanted to give it a brand new logo anyway so that all of my compacts match. This definitely looks like an 80s apartment. Here we have another orange door. Back in the 80s and 70s, very bright paint in your house and wild wallpaper was all the rage. Now let's enter the apartment. Here we have the living room, and there's another sectional couch. These rounded couches were also very common. Here we have another vintage TV, which looks like an Amazon box. We have a mug over here, which we probably shouldn't put by the TV. And here we seem to have some sort of stereo system. I think these are the speakers. This is also some kind of vinyl record player, or maybe it's a DJ booth, I'm not sure entirely. And on the floor you'll notice the super crazy carpet. That's definitely a product of the 70s and 80s. When my husband and I were house hunting some years ago, most of the houses we found had 70s and 80s decor, and it was very difficult to find a home that was already modern. But that's just the fascinating part about older generations and older houses, because you still see remnants of the past. And I think that's kind of fascinating. Just like here, we can see remnants of the past right in this compact. Right in this room, we have a kitchen. Here's our dining table. We have some plates, condiments. We have 2 stools, but not a third one, which is awkward. We have a toaster, a sink, and a stove. I'm not sure what these are. They kind of look like bushes with flowers, but it doesn't really make sense unless this is an outdoor kitchen. I'm also not sure what this is. It looks like a bucket, maybe a trash can, because we see a broom or a mop right over here. I'm confused, 80s. I'm very confused. Then we go up the stairs and see all the other rooms. We have a little cuckoo clock right here. This was definitely an 80s thing. A lot of our grandparents had these. This looks like a shower because we can see some tiles on the floor, and I believe that's a shower head up there. I do love the heart wallpaper. It's very cute. And these are just some other decorations, some vases, glasses. And we have another set of stairs over here. This is our bedroom. So we have a bed, alarm clock, a closet, more funky wallpaper, more random patterns that don't go well together. Oh, I love the 80s. Then up here we have a beautiful balcony. This is actually very pretty. I love this railing. And we can see clouds and birds. And here is classic Polly. She has her signature pose with her curly blonde hair, red headband, and bow tie. And yes, you guessed it, she was my inspiration for making my very own Polly Pocket Funko Pop. That was a fun project I did a while back, way before they made an official Polly Pocket Funko. And I have this classic Polly to thank because she is so adorable, and this is very vintage Polly right here. And this is her roommate Tina, and she has blonde hair, pigtails, and the same dress that Polly is wearing. And lastly, we have Skating Party. This reminds me so much of Frozen. I have shown a couple Frozen playsets on my channel, and they follow the same color scheme of powder blue and silver. I really love the silver logo. I actually don't even know how many Polly Pockets have a silver logo, but it's always a nice change because most of them are gold. And again, you can buy this on my merch store or make it yourself by following my tutorial. We are in an 80s mall. Malls were so huge in the 80s and 90s because we didn't have the internet, so that's where we all hung out. That's where we met boys, girls, got into all kinds of shenanigans, shoplifted, committed various crimes. But not me. I was a good kid. Down here, we immediately see this beautiful sparkly platform. This is the ice skating rink, and best of all, the glitter does not come off. I don't like it when there's glitter in toys that aren't sealed all the way because they get on my fingers or they get all over the compact, but this one is fully sealed. I also love this gold border. I think it looks very Christmassy and fancy. And when you turn this pine tree over here, the platform spins. Over here, it looks like we can buy some pies. They actually look like pizza, but I think they could also be cheesecake. And over here we have more sweets. It's kind of hard to tell what they are, but this one here kind of looks like pudding. And here is where we can sit and enjoy our food, have some conversations, watch the ice skaters. I really like how overly detailed these bushes are. Those individual leaves. Very nice. Then up here we see all the stores. There's a beautiful elevator here and it goes up and down. Here is where we can buy winter outfits, ice skating gear. Here's some ice skates. We have big puffy jackets, 80s windbreakers. Again, those old school cash registers. Then up here we have some fine jewelry, lots of expensive fancy things. Look at the details on those jewelry. We can also see a beautiful snowy mountain scenario in the background. Then on the highest level, we have a salon. This is where we get our hair done so we can look super fresh while we shop. Here is Polly. She has her short, wavy hairstyle, and she has the most beautiful ice skating outfit. She really looks like a professional figure skater. I love her ice skates. I love her pose, how her leg is out. They did a really good job capturing her movement. Then we have her friend, Little Lulu. She has short brown hair, but this time she has silver ice skates and her legs are together, but we can still see some movement here and I think that looks really cool. It feels so good to show another classic compact set. I call these classic because they really are the first Polly Pockets to ever come out. Going back to my other showcases, you can really see a difference in design between the early 1989 ones and the later 90s ones. Let me know which one is your favorite. Thank you for watching this vintage Polly Pocket showcase, and I'll see you on the next one.